Hello, my name is Joe Robinson. I am with the marketing team here at Ferrum Network, and I'm joined by Ian Friend, our COO, to talk a little bit about staking from the experience of the end user, from the retail investor who's actually is staking. I wanted to ask Ian, what's his experience been both as the COO and seeing how retail investors respond to the staking services that we provide, and as well as his experience as an investor himself. How you doing today, Ian?
Great. Thanks, Joe. I think this is a really important topic to cover because at the end of the day, everything that a project does or should be doing really should be for the ultimately the benefit of your investors and your community members. You really got to keep that in mind. So it's all about the community, right?
Totally.
And found in my experience from the standpoint of, sort of a founder that's helped a lot of projects launch their staking is marketing around it and creating a sense of excitement around it is key. And if a project demonstrates that they're excited about it with a lot of social media content, and by the way, Ferrum helps with this as well, with explainer videos, with tutorials, with many different announcements, with countdowns, on and on. You can do all sorts of fun, exciting things. This really creates a level of excitement within the community that makes the staking a lot more successful, a lot stickier, and also should just drive up the positive sentiment in your community in general. And so I always tell projects, this is only as powerful as you're going to put into this. But if you go all in, you can really make it something awesome, and the community is going to love that. So I think that's first and foremost. And the second thing, from just my personal standpoint of someone who's obviously used this, we invest in projects. They utilize our staking technology, and then we stake. Ferrum stakes our investment, or I stake my personal investment. What it does for me is creates a sort of a sense of a greater closeness. Like I'm much more committed to that project. Then
Totally.
I'm following it a lot closer. And the other thing too is, like, if I don't, conversely, if I'm not staking, and that token sitting there in your MetaMask or your wallet, whatever, price goes up, 20% or what have you, that temptation is very powerful to just sell
Totally.
a quick gain. But if you just held, in many cases, given that project time to develop, do marketing, growth, exchange listing, so on and so forth, you would have actually done a lot better. And so I find that my staked investments often outperform my investments that are just sitting in a wallet. So that's my standpoint. I'd love to hear from your standpoint as well, Joe.
Totally. I mean, very similarly, I would say, if a project doesn't offer staking, I'm excited about the project. In the crypto industry, especially, during a bull run or when the market's doing, a little bit better than it's doing right now, you'll be tempted to just invest in another project. So if there's coin that's sitting there for a few months, it's not, accruing any value for me, I'm not earning on it. That's the project I might be like, well, maybe I can, use this liquidity for this other project I'm excited about. But I think more importantly, like for me, especially, even my experience with Ferrum, when Ferrum offered staking and I was able to stake, it did require me to be like, all right, I believe in this project. I'm going to commit to this. And it just made me a more loyal investor, essentially, to the point where here I am, interviewing on our staking, 2 years later. But I really think that's something important for anyone who's watching, considering staking for their company. Staking creates loyalty and it creates rapport between you and your community. And that's really important. Without that, the second the market goes down, the selling pressure is just going to be too tremendous to be able to sustain through a bear market. And the other thing I want to add is right now we are in a bear market. A lot of token prices are down. It's a great time to implement this because when you provide staking to your community when the token's down, you're providing the people who are willing to make a commitment at a somewhat riskier time during the market. Those are the people that you should be rewarding. And this is a great way to provide that reward and create some excitement during this tougher market so that when the market rebounds, which it will, you're in great positioning with an even more loyal fan base community, investor community that is a part of now a part of your company through staking. So I highly recommend this
Couldn't
service.
agree
That's
with
been
you
my
more.
experience.
Couldn't agree with you more. And thank you for those insights from your standpoint, Joe. And I'll just add one final thought to that. A lot of our most loyal, passionate community members have been with us since that first or maybe second round of staking we did a couple of years back, because they staked, they were therefore incentivized to follow the project closely, and just have been amazed at the progress that we made and really stuck with it. And of course, the staking was earning them along the way, so there's financial benefit in them for doing it. But they've really stuck around, those early supporters who we provided staking to in the bear market. Like you're saying, I mean, those are some of our core supporters now, and we really wouldn't be here without them. So
Totally.
it's a great tool.
Great. Well, thanks so much for sharing your experience. I hope hearing mine was helpful too. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Thanks.